Once again, we have another uncalled for reboot, starring the Powerpuff Girls. So, for those of you younger viewers who probably don't know this, but the Powerpuff Girls was actually one of Cartoon Network's very first original programs. It was created all the way back in the late 90s by Craig McCracken alongside Dexter's Lab and Johnny Bravo. And the original series was great. It was funny, it was action-packed, it had a great sense of humor. And unfortunately, Craig McCracken left the show after season 3 to work on Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And then the show kinda went downhill. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it lost that certain touch. Craig was asked to come back on the show for another season, but unfortunately he said that he felt the series had run its course, and he may have been right. So when it was announced that there was going to be another Powerpuff Girls series, people were pretty concerned because back in 2014, as an anniversary special, they did a standalone episode of the Powerpuff Girls, and the art style was all different, and the girls kind of didn't really act the way they would normally in the original series, and yeah, it wasn't very good. But when they finally released some official art from the new series, then people were feeling a little bit better about it, because they looked almost identical to the originals. I mean, there's some minor differences, but it still looked like the Powerpuff Girls. A lot of people were disappointed that the original 3 voice actors didn't reprise their roles, but the new ones aren't bad, but I'll get more into that in a minute. Although they did bring back quite a few of the original voice actors for the other characters, like Tom Kane is still Professor Utonium, Tom Kenny is still the Mayor, Jennifer Hale is still Miss Keene, and most importantly, Roger Jackson returns as Mojo Jojo. And honestly, I was most concerned about his character being altered, because Mojo Jojo is just one of the best things ever. Just one of the, not just from the Powerpuff Girls, but one of the best creations Cartoon Network has ever had, because he is hilarious. And we still see some other familiar faces from the original series. My second favorite villain of the series, Princess, shows up in one episode, and her character is a little bit more different this time. She's more bitchy and less bratty, because in the original series, she was just like the shrieking, crying, whiny, bratty, rich kid. And in the new series, she seems a little bit more conniving. And so far, we have seen a couple of cool new characters. I really like the Roller Skate Girls. And of course, speaking of changes, there are the new voices for the Powerpuff Girls. Like I said before, they're not bad. They are very, very different from the original. And it is admittedly very jarring to hear that. I'm not really sure why they didn't bother getting Kathy Cavadini, Tara Strong, and E.G. Daly to return. It would have been nice for them to come back, but I do like that they gave some relatively unknown voice actors, or at least I think they're relatively unknown voice actors, you know, some breakout roles. However, the one issue I have with them, and how shall I put this? The 3 of them sound very, very similar. And to explain what I mean by that, go back and watch the original Powerpuff Girls, and then just close your eyes and listen to the voices. You can distinctly hear each of the characters. You could picture them in your head just by their voice. Now, with the new one, they're not completely indistinct, but if you do that with the new series so far, you close your eyes and you just listen to them, you're going to have to think about it for a few seconds before you realize who is speaking. And it's not a huge issue, but it was one of the things that made the original series stand out. It was the distinct voices. The series so far has been pretty hit or miss. There were a couple of good episodes, and there were some funny moments, but I think they're relying a little too much on random humor. Like, there was an episode where they were supposed to go to a water park, and they were going to go down this extreme water slide, and every time they said the name of the water slide, you'd hear, like, the water slide, the name of the water slide being said in the background, and that wasn't really something that was part of the original series, and I just don't think it really adds anything to the series. I do like that they gave the girls some more expressions, like, they really make use of the giant eyes, like, whenever they see something shocking, you can see the pupils just kind of just shrink down to dots, and then they have like, you know, cartoon images in their eyes when they're thinking about something, and I thought that was pretty cool. If you like this series, I would encourage you to go check out the original 3 seasons. And you'll see why, because the ones that Craig McCracken were involved in were really funny, because Craig McCracken knows comedy. That's why everything he's involved in has been really, really good. But I do like how it turned out so far, and, well, you know, it could have been a whole lot worse. Who allowed this to happen? Well, that's all I got for the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of it. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day.